the 5th video, lesson 5. I'm pretty sure it's lesson 5. If it's not, I apologize. But this one is going to be entirely about creating your listing. Now, I don't want anyone to be confused. You only do create the listing just like you would on eBay, if you've ever done that, once you've sourced the item. So what I mean by that is, let's say you found the product on JungleScout, you've contacted the supplier, you contacted a few suppliers, you found one that you've liked, you've negotiated on the price, you're happy to pay that much, you've checked that it's profitable, everything's good, and now you've paid and they've started manufacturing. When they've started manufacturing, you can start creating this listing. So what we do is we go to the inventory, we go to inventory, manage inventory, and then it'll bring up a list of your products. If you've just started, there won't be any products, and then you click add a product, and then we come here. If we type in here, this means we're going to jump on someone else's listing, which is when you see the kind of 2 new from this price or 3 used from this price. We don't want that. We want to create our own listing because we need to rank it and come up preferably at the top of our product. So we create a new listing. For the sake of this, we'll do garden, outdoors, gardening, plant containers and accessories, Oh my lordy, there's a lot more in this. Sources. Fine, right, select. So how you find which category to put it in is you type in the name of your product, the broadest keyword, and click on whoever's at the top. See what categories they've used. If you scroll down, you can see what they've used, and then copy them exactly. Check a few other ones as well, because you'll find that certain people rank for different categories, which is absolutely fine as long as it's relevant to your product. What I would do if that is the case is make sure first it's relevant to your product, then pick the most applicable one. So for example, if we were doing plant pot racks, we wouldn't really want to click on sources. Even though we might rank higher, we're not going to get shown to the right kind of customers. So that's why I always do the one, whoever's got the product at the top, I copy their categories. So we select that one, and then it's going to bring up all this information. We need to click advanced view because we're doing some advanced things to the listing, shall we say. So the name, this is going to be the name that comes up. Let's do this. Let's do this one actually. Let's just open an Amazon so I can show you on. There you go. It's a new case, so we'll just type in plant pot. So there we go. Right. So this is. Let's do that. This is the product title here. So whatever I type into this box is going to be the item name that shows at the top. So this is where you can do some research. So let's say we're doing plant pots, bright colored plant pots, large, medium, small, planters, pink, lime, green, and teal. So it doesn't read very well, but it's included a lot of their keywords. So frost resistant and lightweight, outdoor, indoor, garden pots. So we need to try and include some of these as kind of naturally as possible into our item title. The manufacturer, this is when you can kind of make this up, to be honest. I would use whatever label you've put onto, whatever logo you've put onto the packaging from the supplier. The brand name, you can leave this blank. I tend to put exactly the same thing as the manufacturer. Package quantity, this is how many is in 1 unit. So if 1 unit is 1 plant pot, the answer is just 1. You can leave this blank, leave this blank, leave that blank, and then the last thing you need to put in is the product ID. Now in the US, this is a UPC code. In the UK, it is an EAN code. How you get these is you go here and you type in barcodes mania. You go here and it costs £5 for a barcode, or $5 for a barcode. They do add VAT onto it afterwards, so it might be slightly more, about $6 or $7. You only need to buy one, and then they will email that barcode to you, and then you copy this number here. Obviously not this exact number, you need to buy it first. You copy that number and put it in there and click move on to the next one. That's it. Variations, this is then these kind of different size variations, color variations to your product. Offer, this is the price that you're going to sell it at. So if we're selling at £15, we can then add a sale price as well. So this is when it would say, might show it on this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, so here's a good one. £2.48 was £3.50. You save £1.02. So if we click on this one and say 15 and now it's £10, it's going to say £15, now it's £10. You do the sale from date there, sell end dates here, and that means for this amount of time it's going to have it there. Obviously you can do it indefinitely. You can click here and just fly across, but that's entirely up to you. The restock date, I would leave that. Offering release date, leave that. Tick these two if you could see it being used as a gift. If not, then don't. Obviously, if it's kind of a gift teddy bear or something like that you're doing, then obviously click gift wrap. Condition note, obviously we are doing new. Condition is new. I think it removes that then. Yeah. The max order quantity, I put in as many as you want. They can order 1 million from me if they want. Fulfillment channel, this is the important bit. I want to dispatch this item myself. That's if you're self-fulfilling, or I want to Amazon to dispatch this. So yeah, that's what we do. That's why we pay that little bit of fulfillment fee to Amazon, so that we can just sit back in our chair and earn money passively. Next one is images. I would say the minimum that you need for your images is this one, and then these 5 here. This is obviously going to be the main image. There's a couple of ways you can do. There's a bad practice and a good practice. I'm not going to lie, I've done both of these myself. I try and always put myself on the good side of the fence. But when I first started doing Amazon, one of the things that I do, and a lot of people still do, is kind of nick other people's photos. Obviously, it's not great for long-term business, because at the end of the day, your images are going to look very similar to another person's, and if you use the person at the top, there's no kind of, you kind of blend in when everyone's using the same images, so they just pick on the one thing. You can't stand out. So I mean, try. What you can do is, when the products, as soon as they arrive, or get a sample from your supplier if you don't want to wait. Order your product yourself from Amazon, or get someone to do it for you, then take pictures of it. If that's something that you want to know how to do, I can do that for you and show you how to get like the white background, because you have to have that on your main image. It has to be a white background. I can show you how to take those pictures if you want to do a video on it. Or you can nick other people's, take a screenshot, but I don't recommend nicking other people's. It does happen nonetheless. But if anything happens down the line, don't hold me responsible. Okay. Next one is description. So the key product features, again, I'm going to use this one as an example. This is this section here. So this is the kind of bullet points, should we say? And we want to add more. We want to add all of them, because that improves our listing quality scores. So you can only add 5. And this is where you want to type in things like this. So it says, ideal for cultivation of cuttings or pricking out, made of strong and durable plastic. So I would do this slightly differently. This is good that he's done them all, but I would make it stand out a little bit more. So for this one, for example, made of strong and durable plastic, I would put it like this. So strong and durable dash, our plant pots are only made of the best material to withstand the harshest conditions, or something like that, and then it's a little bit longer, but because we've done this in caps, it really stands out a little bit more than if you just kind of type away and in small. It's not really the best way to do it like this. I've seen a lot more success on Amazon doing it this way. And then the product description, no one really reads it. To be honest, a lot of people probably won't even know where it is. It's not even on here. You have to scroll down, keep scrolling, and then there it is. So this guy's put white furs, garden part cuttings. It doesn't really matter what you put in there. However, one of the things I tend to put in, either on this or this, is 100% money back guarantee, because that is something Amazon prides itself on. It's not something you even have to deal with, and if it's going to be a clincher whether someone's going to buy the product, I would put it on there anyway. And then in here, just kind of doesn't matter too much, but you can use HTML as well if you know it. So for example, you can do 100% money back guarantee, and let's say we want that in bold, we can do B, and then open tag B. So that means that's now going to be in bold. To put something on a new line, we do this, break. Pressing enter doesn't work. I don't believe they may have changed it, but whenever I do it, I always put a break and then keep typing, and then that'll put that on a new line again. Oops, and then keep typing. So that's some things you can do there. Make your listing stand out. Is use the HTML bold, as long as you open it. Oops, and close the tags as well, like that. then you can make yourself stand out a little bit more as well. Keywords, ignore platinum keywords, ignore target audience. I'm sorry if this is getting to become a little bit of a longer video, but all of this is important. Search terms, we want to add all of these search terms here. As far as I'm aware, it is 1,000 characters, not words, characters in each box. Now try and fill them up as best as you can, because these are the things that when people search for your product, means it's going to reference what you've typed in here to understand where to put your product in Amazon. So for example, for this one, things we'd want to put in would be garden, pot, terracotta, set of 5, and how you type them in. You don't put commas or anything, you just type in plant, flower, pot, orange, if I don't know what to call it, terracotta, that's what they call it, terracotta, and then pots, include plurals as well, plants, flowers, keep going. A good way to get good ideas for keywords is to go through other people's listings, see what they've ranked for, and type them in. It does take about 10-15 minutes if you're good at it. It can take a bit longer. Keep going. Obviously we'd want to include pot, cactus, maybe we'd want to include planter, container, 1 pack of 8 package, red, orange. Yeah, see that? Orange wasn't such a bad idea. Maybe we'll include that as well, if that's like a model number or something specific to these kind of things. And one of the other ones you can do is you can go here and type in Amazon keyword research, press enter, keywordtool.io, type a keyword, then we would type in plant pots. Make sure we're in the UK or English or on the US, whichever one you're in. Click search, and it's going to give us a list of all the products with hooks, 30 centimeter, plastic, indoor, outdoor, sources, trace. Then you can copy all of those. So one of the things you don't want to do though is you don't want to repeat words. So I don't want to have plant, flower, and then flower pot, because it doesn't do it in order. It's just purely the words. Chuck in all the words that are relevant to your product that people could search to find them, and then you're good. And don't repeat them, just put spaces, no commas. And then the last thing on this video, I hope it's not too long, I have no idea how long it's been, it doesn't tell me, is the product dimension. So this is obviously the dimension of one product. So if we were to do 1 pot, the length, obviously it's a diameter at the bottom, so it would be like 2.5 centimeters maybe. This is obviously information you'd have to get from your supplier, the weight of a single product. We can keep going, we can ignore this. And then it has package dimensions. So this is as it's sold to the consumer, whereas that was a single unit. Whoops, what's going on here? Okay, forwards please. There we go, more details. So as this was a single product, this here is the package. This is everything packaged together and the weight of the full package. That's important, and you need to get that from the supplier. One of the other things you'll need to get from the supplier as well is nothing else that you need to put in here, but when you do the shipping plan, you need the massive container that they send it in. So obviously there'll be a few different packages inside a box, and there might be 8 per box, but then there'll be a bigger kind of box, or they call it a container. It's not a massive container that you see, you know, on sea ships or anything like that. They call it a container. And in that container, you need to know the size and weight and the dimensions and the weight of that box. Now, when you send it to Amazon, it will have to be under 30 kilograms. If it's over 30 kilograms, Amazon will get a little bit stressy about it and they won't like it. I'm not sure why. I imagine they do have things to move them around, but that's what they do, so we stick to the rules. And it can't be bigger than 60 centimeters on one side by 60 centimeters on another side. So that's 60 by 60 and under 30 kilos. Have multiple boxes. You can have up to 500 boxes sent to Amazon. So if that's what it takes, do that. But other than that, guys, that should be everything that you need to create a listing on Amazon. I know it's a little bit longer than I would have liked. I will hopefully try and cut this down a little bit so it's not as time consuming. But thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below, or always reach out to me on email or by Facebook. I'm always happy to help. I hope the product research is going well. Let me know if you've kind of made any improvements, or if you've got your first product, or if you've paid for your product. If you want, you can shoot me some other Chrome extension screenshots to see if the numbers are good. I'm happy to check those for you as well. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. and I will see you in the next one where we'll be discussing the shipping plan. All right, peace, guys.